Okay, I want to remind everyone of the City of Perry staff's core values. It's a strong work ethic, problem solving, community oriented, shows professionalism and integrity, is a team player, is accountable, and is a good steward. So could I have roll call, please?
Shelley,
Yes.
Mahler,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
Next up is approval of the meeting agenda. Can I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve.
Second.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Shelley,
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
Mahler,
Yes.
Walling.
Yes. Okay, next up is the consent agenda. It's the minutes of the August 4th regular city council meeting. There's 10 payments for contract services, 9 to Bolton and Mink, 1 to Eocene for $60,781.41. Claim register and financials of $553,054.70. We have 1 license and permits. It's for Century Farm Books and Brew. On Second Street in Perry, the inspections have been completed, but they're still pending the dram shop approval. So could I have a motion to approve consent agenda?
So moved.
I'll second.
Okay, any discussion?
I'm just gonna record that on the liquor license that it's approved pending dram shop.
It won't be submitted to the state before.
Okay, roll call.
Walling,
Yes.
Mahler,
Yes.
Shelley,
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
City administrators report, Sen.
All right, a couple of things. First, 2 weeks ago, I was out in Chicago for the Brownfield Conference, which is part of the Brownfield grant that we currently have, is attending that conference and getting to meet all sorts of people from across the country doing the same kind of work we're doing, along with a lot of representatives from the EPA and other consultants and things. So great conference, some really good sessions. It was a good time once I got there. Had some flight issues, but finally was able to rebook and get there. So that was good. Other than that, we've just been staying busy with pulling together the RISE grant that we'll discuss and then working through the development agreements. So lots happening and lots of good stuff going on. So yeah. Any questions for me? There were a couple of good sessions on artificial intelligence. So those were pretty interesting. So yeah.
Okay, so mayor council meetings, I just wanted to mention again that last meeting, Chuck Schott resigned from council, and I wanted to, as he and Katie will be moving to Des Moines, and I just wanted to thank him again for all the many years of service to the city, and to thank them both for all the other activities they were involved with within the community. They will both be missed, and we hope to come back and visit often. So we intend to select someone to replace Chuck at our September 2nd meeting. That person will serve until the end of the year. Chuck's term was until the end of 2027, and that anyone that would like to fill this position will need to file their candidacy with this council election office between August 25th and September 18th. They would include a completed petition for the position and a required number of signatures on said petition. Chuck's position was at large, so they told me instead of 1.5% of the number of votes, it would needs 50, and they can be anywhere within the city limits as it's at large seat. And petition forms and signature sheets can be obtained from the city office here or from the county election department, or you can find them online. So. And then another reminder is that my position, the mayor, is open for election again this year. The Ward 2 council seat held by Jeremy is up for re-election, and the at-large seat held by Vicky is also up for re-election. All three of us are planning to run and are getting our signatures, but anyone wishing to compete for these seats need to follow the same rules we just talked about for Chuck's slot. So there will be 4 positions on the ballot this fall. So comments from the council?
I'd like to thank Stan for helping us out in the Summer Meadows area. We had some controversy with the surveyor out there that kind of got some neighbors irate about what was going on. It scared them and everything, and Sven jumped right on it, got the information, we got it back to them. Everything seems to be calm now. Thank
Good.
you.
You bet.
It's just doing new survey marks.
Yep.
Not gonna be building no new school.
No, not 10. No.
Anything else? No? Okay, so we'll go to the open forum. Speakers will be asked to step up to the microphone, state their name and address for the record, and they will be given 3 minutes to address the council. Any open forum requests?
I guess I'll ask anyway. Steve Carrick, 811 West Fifth Street. I was wondering if, I noticed you moved the data collecting sheet from Patsy Park. Will that be publicly available, the data or a summary of the data? Okay. All right. I mean, I don't know if you do a summary because I do a FOIA request for all the data, if you don't computer paper, thousands of pages long, I don't want to spend that much money. So just data, if you're able to tell us, like what month or what days of the week or what's going, something, just to I get an idea. So I'm not, people don't think I'm crazy when I'm saying there's speeders going up and down my road. All right. Okay.
Yeah, it would be, it would just submit a open records request on that, and then whatever Jim can provide off of the computer, that's what he could provide. If it's not exactly what you want to see or in the special format, then that falls underneath like a specialized summary.
Okay.
And then that's when the fees would be imposed.
All right.
So-
Great. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Anything else? Okay, next up is a public hearing for the proposed extension of the Perry Urban Renewal Area. It is pursuant to Code 403 of the Code of Iowa by adding and including certain real property, and it's for the area out by the industrial park. So we'll open that up at 6:08.
So this is to add the additional property, the two parcels of JBS into the urban renewal area so that it's eligible to utilize TIF for not only their incentive, but also the public infrastructure that we'll be working on.
That's the only portion of the industrial park that's not in the city right now.
So it's all in city limits, but only we'll call it the original industrial park area is in an urban renewal area. So now with do you want to explain?
No, go
Vicky
ahead.
did this for years. So when we now add a new area to our urban renewal plan, it has a 20-year sunset on it. And we have a couple, one or maybe two urban renewal areas that are prior to, was it 1991 or 2 or in the 90s? They changed a law to where they never had a sunset. What? From where they never had a sunset to a 20-year sunset, and then that value resets and you start over with that like zero base and then add from there. So this is just establishing the area, and then once we enter into that urban renewal plan amendment and have the development agreement and start, that will start the 20-year clock on that area. Right?
Any other discussions, questions, comments? Okay, we'll close the public hearing at 6:10. We'll move on to old business. So item A is a resolution to declare necessity and establish an urban renewal area pursuant to section 403.4 of the Code of Iowa and approve urban renewal plan amendments for the expanded Perry urban renewal area. And this went through the Planning and Zoning Commission on August 18th. And on August 12th, sorry. And a consultation session was held on August 4th with no representatives from Dallas County or the Perry Community School District having attended. So have motion, please.
Make a motion, we pass a resolution to declare necessity and establish an urban renewal area pursuant to section 403(4) of the Code of Iowa and approve urban renewal plan amendment for the expanded Perry urban renewal area.
I'll second that.
Discussion.
So again, all part of that urban renewal plan amendment. One quick note is that the agenda is moved around a little bit so that we can have the readings of the ordinance adopting the plan prior to setting the public hearings for those development agreements. So there's a lot of steps that we all have to go through to amend the plan and add new area and then execute development agreements.
So let me clarify, this basically renews our existing urban renewal area and adds,
So this is more just stating that it is needed and necessary to do those plan amendments and add the property and then add those projects into the plan. And then we will entertain the ordinance of the urban renewal plan with those projects in the plan. And then we can do the development agreements after that is approved and published. We can then approve development agreements.
got it. It was not clear when I was reading through it. I was like, huh?
I don't know that it's perfectly, yeah, I don't know that it's perfectly clear unless you're a TIF attorney.
That makes you feel better.
Further discussion? Okay, roll call.
Walling,
Yes.
Mahler.
Yes.
Shelley,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Okay, item B is a resolution approving a local match and submission of a RISE grant application. This is for the works that we need to complete out at the industrial park to service the new contractor or companies moving in there. The application would be for a grant of $3,990,000, and we would have a local match to that of $1,943,590 or 20%. We would use TIF to pay this off after it was financed as a bond resolution. So have a motion, please.
Motion to approve item B, resolution approving a local match and submission of a RISE grant application.
I'll second.
Okay,
So would that give us? Questions?
Should be, so this is a large map of the area. I don't know if there's other. Did I die? Oh.
It's on you.
There's, consider that one project. So there's a project. First is intersection of J Avenue and Emily. Preliminary draft and the final draft of the intersection study that Bolton Mink is working on. We had a meeting with Bolton Mink staff, our staff, and the DOT. The elements of that not only for the study, but also for the grant application and some of the preliminary costs and things like that. So lighting the intersection for the stoplight and bringing will be part of the project. And then completing L Avenue from kind of right north of ITC, around to the south. And a little bit past what usually runs so the last, and I don't know if this changed or what, Jacob, but the last cost estimate is around $6 million.
roughly $3 million. Costs.
Um,
I'm sorry, again, the trip, and then taking- quite a bit of room into capacity when it comes to US garbage, doing the other, really centered this for protected.
Like,
the lower portion of main roadway of the JPS. And that's in
And
the
that
packet
includes
as well.
sewer and water and the whole shooting.
Yep, so extension
And
of water,
sidewalks?
extension of sanitary, and then storm sewer infrastructure. Yep, with this, we're planning for sidewalks on one side of the road. Trail or multi-use path, on the other side. And it gets, you know, we're all very much in a preliminary design phase, but we'll be able to hone in on design hopefully, once the application is approved by the DOT, we get that grant agreement executed, then we can get a contract before we may start the design phase. Probably this fall, early winter, hoping to be able to bid that, probably late winter, very early spring in 2026 for construction in 2026.
Great.
so this is the DOT's suggestion is turning lanes and stoplights and that.
Correct. So working through the DOT on options and then the counts, the triggers was the turn lanes. The turn lanes are an offset turn lane. That way you get better line of sight, mainly for the left turns off of 141 eastbound to Willis and then 141 westbound onto going into Casey's and the JBS sites. So they kind of offset them. You get better line of sight, easier to turn across those higher speed traffic lanes.
Had no more accidents.
I don't think anybody can answer that question except for the drivers.
Was there any consideration of an overpass all up Four Corners? Is that, I know people love stoplights and I know we're a long ways from being Grimes, but just wondering if there was consideration for that.
I can't speak exactly to that. I know that we looked at, and it's gonna sound crazy, the roundabouts, J turns, just multitude of options as far as what made the most sense considering truck traffic, turning movements. With the turning movement scenarios, the traffic signals did provide the most benefit for those circulations.
Let's not get into the rise so much, but why is the city limits make that little weird
The highlighting.
zigzag around? And does that then require the county to be involved in the intersection design work?
That's
We're working on
a
that.
great question.
Dewey's
Our
laughing.
Wonderful city attorney Dwayne Dalen has been working diligently in this.
We're almost there, Derek. Getting the legal descriptions for those pieces has been a nightmare. I got that little triangle piece. I got that description from the DOT, so we're ready to move forward on that. But I've got to get some more legal description from the county on the roadway. So hopefully shortly.
And it's kind of all left over from when Willis was still a highway.
Correct.
And when it got annexed in, I don't know if you guys have recalled, recent annexations always include the right of way now. That's just some really old, not
This is
cleaned up
why.
items.
That's what's been so difficult because it goes all the way back to, when that was originally put in.
Okay, yeah, because it looks like down over here, we might want to start that a little early too, do a little funky things.
Money drop.
Okay. Thank you. Any other discussion? Okay, let's have a roll call.
Shelley,
Yes.
Klein. Yes. Mahler.
Yes.
Walling.
Yes.
Okay, item C is approval of pay application number 19 for the runway 1432 relocation phase 3. In the amount of $85,294.30 to Manats Inc. Reduces the retainage from 5 to 2.5%. And so its project manager recommends approval. Have a motion, please.
Make a motion, we approve pay application number 19 for the runway 1432nd relocation phase 3.
I'll second that.
Discussion?
This is, go ahead, Sven, if you'd like.
You're on. Go
I am. Yep, so there was a couple punch list items left, one being grass, or grass establishment. So that's coming in better than before. Most of our areas are pretty well covered. There are a few locations where the grass has not come up. It's mostly weeds. And there are a few washouts that need to get taken care of. A lot of the administrative stuff, DPE and whatnot, documentation we have back from the contractor. So just want to make sure we get this buttoned up before we move forward. Same kind of goes for the next item. In the near future, you'll probably see a pay application for the AWAS project, which was more or less interlinked with this, but was a standalone deal. They're just in the same vicinity. So getting closer and closer, just needing, probably need the landscaping contractor to come back once.
Further discussion? Roll call, please.
Mahler,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Shelley.
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
Okay, item D is approval of pay application number 22 for the runway 1432 relocation phase 2. It's in the amount of $113,783.93 to Manats Inc. And it also is the reduction of retainage from 5% to 2.5%. And project manager recommends approval. Motion, please.
I make a motion, we approve pay application number 22 for the runway 1432 relocation phase 2.
I'll second.
Need any other discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Klein,
Yes.
Shelley,
Yes.
Mahler,
Yes.
Walling. Yes.
Okay, item E is approval of pay application number 41 for the wastewater treatment facility improvements. It's in the amount of $134,751.95 to Woodruff Construction. It's $28,844.10 for new work completed and $108,907.85 of retainage release. And we're at 99.4% total payment to date. Can I have a motion, please?
Motion to approve item E, approval of pay application number 41 for the wastewater treatment facility improvements.
I'll second.
Discussion.
Okay, so you'll probably be seeing a little bit more retainage stuff as that project's closing out. They did redo some concrete that was too steep in there and water was coming into one of the buildings, so they did redo that with the split cost on that stuff, but everything's going really good. There's a few trees out there that did not take in there and those were not warranted. So we will probably look at the additional funds we have at the end, what do you call the funds where you don't use them? They're,
Unexpended.
Huh?
Unexpended. Yeah.
you know what I'm talking about, Sven?
Slush fund.
Discretionary funds to replace some of that stuff. But one thing we did do too is we with the project, we shot we had a company come in, do a video for us. And they built some boards and stuff. So when we have our open house out there, I talked on it, Sven talked on it, Andrew Sent from Bolton and Mink did as well. So we're in the approval of those stage and we're looking at October for an open house out there is what Matt and Andrew wanted to do. So I'll be coming around really soon. So very cool.
Gonna serve effluent water at the party?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's clean. Yeah, that's
Probably cleaner than what the next town's taken out of the river, so.
comment. Yeah.
Okay, further discussion? Be nice to get this one over with. So can I have a roll call, please?
Shelley,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Mahler,
Yes.
Walling.
Yes.
Okay, on to ordinances. The first one is a second possible third reading of ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances, Chapter 116, the airport. This one we approved the first reading at the last council meeting. So could I have a motion, please?
I make a motion, we pass a second reading and possible third reading for an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances, Chapter 116, Airport.
I'll second that.
Any discussion?
Just to recap from last meeting, one of the primary guiding documents for the airport, the minimum standards, looks at, what the airfield wants or is supposed to look like in the eyes of the sponsor, what people are allowed to build, what businesses can operate. This document is how people should act, what you can and can't do, events, pets, anything out at the airport that can or cannot be done or should not be done.
Nice to have in place. Further discussion? Roll call, please.
Walling,
Yes.
Mahler,
Yes.
Shelley,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Okay, I would entertain a motion to suspend the rules and perform the third reading tonight.
Make a motion, we suspend the rules and do a third reading for an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances, Chapter 116, airport.
I'll second.
Any discussion? Roll call?
Mahler,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Shelley,
Yes.
Walling.
Yes.
Okay, now we'll have the third reading for an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances, Chapter 116 for the airport, final reading.
Pass third reading for an ordinance amending the Code of Ordinances, Chapter 116, Airport.
I'll second.
Discussion? Roll call?
Walling,
Yes.
Shelley,
Yes.
Mahler,
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
Okay, item B is the first possible second and third reading for an ordinance providing the division of taxes levied on taxable property in the August 2025 addition to the Perry Urban Renewal Area pursuant to Section 403.19 of the Iowa Code. And basically it's approving what we talked about earlier. So could I have a motion, please?
That's the first reading of ordinance providing for the division of taxes levied on taxable property in the August 2025 addition to the Perry Urban Renewal Area pursuant to Section 403.19 of the Code of Iowa.
I'll second that.
Okay, discussion?
So overall, this plan amendment is bringing in those two parcels for the JBS project, the JBS development agreement, the ADR Axles USA development agreement, and then the M&R Properties development agreement, and then the city's portion of the project being the infrastructure of that intersection and Sumas Avenue down to JBS's entrance.
Providing we get the right.
Correct.
Any further discussion? Okay, roll call, please.
Walling,
Yes.
Mahler,
Yes.
Shelley,
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
Okay. Now I would entertain a motion to suspend the rules and move right to the third reading for an ordinance providing for the division of taxes levied on taxable property in the August 2025 addition to the Perry Urban Renewal Area pursuant to Section 403.19 of the Code of Iowa.
I make a motion, we suspend the rules and do the second and third reading of an ordinance providing for the division of taxes levied on the taxable property in the August 2025 edition of the Perry Urban Renewal Area pursuant to Section 403.19 of the Code of Iowa.
And I'll second that.
Okay,
I'm actually gonna change that a little bit. It's going to be a motion and a second that the statutory rule requiring an ordinance to be considered and voted on for the passage at 2 council meetings prior to the meeting at which it is finally passed be suspended.
I don't object.
I just wanted to match exactly how they had it.
okay. Any other discussion? Roll call, please.
Mahler,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Shelley,
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
Okay, now we would entertain a motion for the third reading of an ordinance providing for the division of taxes levied on taxable property in the August 2025 addition to the Perry Urban Renewal Area pursuant to Section 403.19 of the Code of Iowa.
Well, I make a motion that we pass the third reading of the ordinance providing for the division of taxes levied on taxable property in the August 2025 addition to the Perry Urban Renewal Area pursuant to section 403.19 of the Code of Iowa.
I'll second that.
Discussion. Roll call.
Walling,
Yes.
Smaller,
Yes.
Shelley,
Yes.
Klein.
Yes.
On to new business. Resolution setting a date of meeting at which it is proposed to approve a development agreement for ADR Axles Inc., including annual appropriation tax increment payments. And this will be in the amount not to exceed 800,000 under the authority of section 403.91 of the Code of Iowa. And it'll set the hearing for September 2nd, 2025, 6 o'clock at our regular meeting. Have a motion, please.
Motion to approve item A, resolution setting the date of meeting at which it is proposed to approve a development agreement with ABR Axle USA Inc., including the annual appropriation of tax increasement, increments, payments. Thank you.
I'll second that.
Okay, discussion.
So this is the first of three, but for ADR axles, had discussed a $800,000 tip rebate. And there's a little bit of discussion right now on if it's 800,000 or 900,000. So trying to get that figured out with the company between their first site selector and their current project manager. So we may revisit this, but want to explore a few different things first, but yeah.
We'll hear before September the 2nd.
Well, if the dollar amount changes, we'd have to go back through the process. So that's what I want to talk through with them.
So it may or may not happen September 2nd.
We'll likely continue with this process, but just need to have further discussion with them.
Discussion. Roll call.
Shelley,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Smaller,
Yes.
Walling.
Yes.
Okay, item B is a resolution setting a date of meeting for the proposal of an approval of a development agreement for JBS Prepared Foods, Inc., including annual appropriation tax increment payments. And this will be in the amount not to exceed $10 million under this same section 403.9.1 of the Code of Iowa. And the hearing date will again be September 2nd, 2025, 6 o'clock at a regular meeting. Motion, please.
I make a motion, we pass a resolution setting a date of meeting at which it is proposed to approve a development agreement with JBS Prepared Foods, Inc., including annual appropriation tax increment payments.
I'll second that.
Discussion,
Basically,
basically the same as,
for the most part, the same. There is additional language in the JBS development agreement around rendering and odor control. And then both ADR and JBS have a section in their development agreements with regards to the RISE grant and helping with the certification of jobs that go along with the RISE.
any further discussion? Roll call.
Walling,
Yes.
Smaller,
Yes.
Shelley,
Yes.
Klein,
Yes.
Okay, and item C is a resolution setting a date of meeting which is proposed to approve a development agreement with M&R Properties Inc. Or Properties Iowa LLC, including annual appropriation tax increment payments, and this will be an amount not to exceed 200,000 according to the same section 403.9.1 of the Iowa Code. And again, the hearing will be September 2nd, 2025, 6 p.m. at a regular city council meeting. Motion, please.
I make a motion that we pass resolution setting a date of meeting at which it is proposed to approve a development agreement with M&R Properties Iowa LLC, including annual appropriation tax increment payment.
Now, second.
Any discussion on this one? Okay, roll call, please.
Klein,
Yes.
Shelley,
Yes.
Smaller,
Yes.
Walling.
Yes.
Okay, so after the next meeting, when we have these, what's the final steps in getting through these?
So once the development agreements are approved, they're pretty well set. And then until we get through all of the attachments, and I think mostly that's the site plan getting finalized, then they can be executed with each of the companies.
But site plans are approved through planning and zoning
Planning
and
and
not
zoning, and then they come to city
come to city
council.
council also.
Yep.
Okay. Good. Thank you. Okay, and item D is fixing a time and a place for a nuisance abatement hearing. Mr. Stephen Carrick on August 8th placed a request with the Housing Development Manager to have a hearing before the city council in regard to a notice of abatement nuisance received on his property 811 West Fifth Street on August 6, 2025. And then in accordance with City Ordinance 50.13, the council is to fix the time and place of such a hearing. It's shown in our minutes as September 2nd, but there is a conflict on that. So we would like to move that to the second council meeting in September to September 15th instead of September 2nd. And so could I have a motion, please?
Oh, go ahead.
I make a motion, we approve fixing a time and place for a nuisance abatement hearing. That's the words there.
For September. 15th.
Yes.
Super.
For
And I'll
September.
second that.
Yeah.
Discussion? Okay, roll call.
Mahler,
Yes.
Walling,
Yes.
Shelley,
Yes.
Klein. Yes.
Okay, anyone have anything else they would like to bring up at this time? Not, we will adjourn. Thank you all.